Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're taking a look at something a little bit different. We're not going to be doing a reaction today. We're going to be ranking all the ERBs, because if you've seen my channel I've reacted to every single one, and I thought it'd be fun to just rank them to see which one's best, which one's worst, what my opinions are on them. This is going to be a longer video, probably about 30 minutes, hopefully no longer than that. It might be. If it is, I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm going to go into a little bit of depth about why I don't like it or why I do like it, why I think it's good, why I think it's bad. So yeah, there's like, I think 82 battles are in here. I think it's 83 total because the new one's not on here. I don't know why. If I was going to rank that one, it'd probably be C or B tier. I don't know. Probably C tier because it's not like the best one, but it's okay. Anyway, yeah. So how I'm going to be ranking these will be my opinion. So if you don't enjoy, if you don't like agree, that's fine. But don't leave a dislike on the video, or don't like insult me because you don't agree. It's my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Anyway, if you guys want to enjoy the reaction, well, not the reaction, the breakdowns of these, like ranking of these, leave a like on it. If you don't enjoy it, leave a dislike on it. Comment down below what your favorite one is, what your least favorite is, whatever. Subscribe if you're new. Anyway, let's get right into this. Hopefully, I don't make any huge screw ups. Let's go. Okay, so I think I'll start with the top one, top left, and then move my way across and then down the list until I get to the bottom, because it's not in order, I don't think, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll start off with Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker. Now this is a recent one. I think it's like not the newest one, but the one before that. And I really enjoyed this one. I think Boyna Bam was in this one, and he was amazing as Harry. I think it was very one-sided. It didn't seem like Luke had much going for him in this battle, so I feel like it loses a few points for that. If I had to rank this, I would say it's probably B tier. It's B tier. I don't really like the one-sided ones. I really like this battle, and I think it's amazing. Actually, no, I'm going to go A tier, low A tier. I'm going to also rank them in their own category, so left to right would be the best to worst in that category. But yeah, anyway, that's where I think it is, low A tier, high B tier. Anyway, yeah, that's where I'm putting that one. Next up is Freddy Krueger, Wolverine. What did I think of this one? I don't know. I liked it, I think. I think it was a little bit like, I don't know what was bad. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I think I can't remember my reaction to it, but I think I like this one. But I don't really like the I didn't really like it that much. I think it's probably lower than this. But it's not terrible. I think the actual battle itself is pretty good. It makes sense why they're battling, but I don't think there was like much reference to the characters themselves, like in the way they work together, if that makes sense. Like, it's obvious why they're in a battle together. They both have finger knives, sort of, right? But I also feel like this one here was just not as good, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm gonna put it in C tier. C tier. Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg. Now I don't really remember this one. I actually had to rewatch it to remember it because I haven't read through it for a long time. This one's B tier. I like this one a lot. Mark Zuckerberg destroys this battle, but it's not as one-sided as the Harry Potter Luke Skywalker one. It's pretty even, but Mark Zuckerberg destroys it. His flow is just so robotic, but it's also really cool. I like that one. It's B tier. Now this is the Epic Lloyd versus Nice Peter 2, the second one. It's okay. I think it's a bit too fast for me. I didn't really enjoy it because it was too fast, and catching lines is kind of, hard to do for first time listening to it. Also, a lot of the lines with deep cuts. I got most of the references in this battle, but most people wouldn't, making it less like enjoyable by itself if you haven't watched any of the previous ones. So it's not that good. I'm gonna put it in C tier. C tier. I think it's definitely not D or F tier. It's not that bad, but it's definitely C tier, and it's not as good as Freddy Krueger vs Wolverine. Now, I don't know if people won't agree with this one, but Winston Churchill versus Teddy Roosevelt, S tier. S tier. This one's amazing. It's so good. It's not one-sided. It's clear who wins, because honestly, Teddy Roosevelt wins, right? Obviously, but I just think it's really good, well done. Both people in the battle, Dan Bull, and I think is it Lloyd that does this one? I think it's Lloyd, right? Epic Lloyd, right? Does this one? Just amazing, amazing, amazing. S tier, 100%. Wayne Gretzky versus Tony Hawk. I love this one as well. it's almost S tier for me, honestly, because I love both. I used to love hockey a lot. I don't like hockey that much anymore. It's kind of like a wussy sport now. Um, and skateboarding, I've always loved. I love the games. I've never done skateboarding, but I know people who do skateboarding. Interesting sport to watch. Very interesting. Um, Wayne Gretzky destroys it here. It's a little one-sided. That's probably why it's not S tier for me, because it's a little one-sided on Wayne Gretzky's side. But it's obvious because Wayne Gretzky is so much better of an athlete. So I'm gonna put it in A tier, maybe above above this one actually, above because it's better. Okay, cool. Wonder Woman versus Stevie. Is that Stevie Wonder, right? Yeah, I think it is, right? Yeah. So I'm sorry. Anyway, this one here. Uh, I love T Pain in this. I love T Pain in this. It's good. T Pain's verses are great. Um, the clear winner in this one, I think, was T Pain for me anyway. I don't know if people agree with that, but that's my opinion on it. I don't think it's one of their best, though. I think it's probably one of their lower tier ones for me personally. I don't like Wonder Woman's verses at all. I don't know why. They're all right. They're well written and they're all right. I just don't like it. That's probably my opinion and my like taste in like verses. I just don't like it. So I'm gonna put it in C tier. C tier. That feels like that's an unpopular opinion, but that's my opinion. So you guys can hate me if you want. Anyway, this one here. This is one of the first ones I ever reacted to, which is Ash Ketchum versus what's his name? Drawing a blank here. What's freaking? I hate when this happens in my head. It's Ash Ketchum versus. Oh God, what's his name? Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up. Give me 5 seconds. Okay, I'm an idiot. It's Charles Darwin. How am I that stupid? Okay, Charles Darwin versus Ash Ketchum. Now I remember this one, besides the name, because I'm an idiot, really well because it's one of my favorites. I like this one a lot because I think Charles Darwin personally wins, and I think the characters actually work, like the way that they phrase the lines and stuff works really well with the characters. Like Ash Ketchum's got like kind of childish bars that like aren't like well thought out as much as like Charles Darwin's, which are like very scientific, smart bars that are written really well. And I think it's on purpose because of the characters that they're portraying. So I think this is one of my favorite ones. I'm going to put it in B tier, right above this one because I think it's good. Oh, yeah, B tier's fine. B tier's fine. Now the Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton one. Now there is a second Donald Trump rap battle, which is the one against what's his name? The president of the current president. I know his name. I'm not going to say it though for obvious reasons, because people don't like political stuff. But this one here, I love this one. I think it's really good. I think it gets even better if you watch it after you know who wins because it's more interesting that way. I enjoy it that way anyway. And Donald Trump clearly lost originally. I think, in my opinion, he lost originally. But when it comes down to he won the election, you rewatch it, it changes, and now he wins the battle, in my opinion. So it's very interesting like that. And I'm gonna put this one in B tier as well, maybe behind Zuckerberg and Elon Musk. Just a good battle overall. Um, Now this is Alexander the Great versus Ivan the Terrible. A tier. Actually, S tier. I love the way that it's structured. That's my honest opinion. I like the way that it's structured with the 5 people coming in after. I love the Alexander the Great verse is so well done by Zach Sherwin. Just the rapping ability of Zach Sherwin is incredible, like absolutely incredible. And I like that they like build Ivan Terrible's character, how he murders them all in interesting ways and stuff like that. It's funny. I love it. It's S tier for me. I love it. Okay, this one here. This one's gonna be a very weird one because this one's like has like a weird thing with the community where most people hate it. Like a majority of people I feel like they don't like this one for obvious reasons. 'Cause I feel like it's kind of not preachy, but it's like they kind of dumb down the lines on Bruce Banner's side to not offend the Kylie Jenner side. Not Kylie Jenner. Whatever the name is. Sorry, I don't really remember this one that much, but like I remember that like they dumbed it down a lot and they didn't really want to like offend anybody, and I didn't like that. It kind of ruined it for me. So I'm gonna put this one in the first one to go on D tier. I just don't like it. That's my personal opinion. it's the Bruce Banner side's really good, but it's just not good enough because I feel like they just didn't want to do it, especially the last verse. It just feels really bad. That's my personal opinion. It doesn't feel like ERB. Next up is Donald Trump versus this guy. Um, Now, I enjoyed this rap battle, but when I uploaded this video on YouTube, I got a lot of hate on it because of stuff that I didn't say or whatever, because I missed a few lines or whatever, because I'm not that versed on American politics. And a lot of people were very, very toxic in the comments in this video. So it made me hate this battle a little bit more than I should have. I like it, but it's just, people just were so mean for no reason. Anyway, because I didn't say I liked Donald Trump or I liked the other guy at all. I didn't say I liked either of them, because I don't. I think American politics is weird, and I don't like it at all. But I don't know much about it, so I'm not going to comment on it. But honestly, this one here, it would be higher, like A tier, if people weren't me when I made the video and kind of jaded my opinion on it. Because like I think less of it now, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put it in high C tier. High C tier. It's still good. It's average. It's really decent. But it's just, I don't like it anymore. It's not one of my favorites. That's my opinion. You can hate me for it. I don't care. Okay, sorry, the recording cut out for a second. So, yeah, that's where I think that one should be in high C tier. Now, when it comes to this one here, James Bond versus Austin Powers, I really like this one. I think it's one-sided, clearly, right? But I think it's on purpose because of the, they had the whole James Bond rivalry between him and the original James Bond at the end, which is very interesting. So I think it's one of the ones that's one-sided, but I feel like it's okay to be one-sided because of that. So I'm gonna put this one in B tier there, right there. I think that's where it goes, in my personal opinion. Next up, we have Thomas Jefferson and oh my god, this guy, Frederick Douglass, right? Frederick Douglass. Again, I love this one. I think it's really, really good. One of my favorites. Just because of the historical aspect of it, and I actually learned a fun fact about Thomas Jefferson from this battle. I think it was the swivel chair thing. I never knew he invented the swivel chair. I think that's kind of cool. And how that's incorporated into the battle. I like it. The thing it kind of brings it down for me is in the second verse for Thomas Jefferson. I feel like they're apologizing too much. And in a rap battle, you should never apologize. And that's why it's not high on my list personally. It would have been A tier probably if it hadn't had done that in the second verse. So I'm going to put it B tier right here. And that hurts me to do because I really love it. But it's just, you can't do that in a rap battle. You can't apologize. Okay. Next up is Julia Child versus, you know who it is, the guy that's always angry. Okay. This is an obvious battle here. I love this one so much, right? I love this one. Okay, Gordon Ramsay in this battle is just good overall. I love his first verse. I love his second verse. It's great. Julia Child, I feel like wins this battle in my opinion. I don't know if I said that in the original one, but I've rewatched it since then, and I think Julia Child wins in my personal opinion. But it's a close battle, and I love that. I like that, they have like the actual like video itself is great. Like they cut through at the start through different shows and stuff like that for Gordon Ramsay, and then they have Julia Child doing like things with their hands and cutting stuff up and stuff. And it's very interesting. So I think it's really good. And I'm gonna put it in A tier. A tier, I think. Yeah. I don't think any battle besides someone being D and F tier. I feel like a few of them might be, but a lot of them are very, very good. So next up is George R. Martin and George R. Tolkien. J.R.R. Tolkien, I mean, and George R. Martin. Sorry. So this one here. What's this? Wait. Okay. This one here is very interesting. Okay. My opinion on this one has kind of changed a little. Okay. Is it frozen? Let me just reload the page real quick. Maybe I have to reload the page. Okay, I fixed it. It was some weird issue with the page, but we're back. So, which one do I think is... I think this one here I love because Tolkien obviously wins. And it's a little bit... I don't think it's one-sided, but it's clear that Tolkien was going to win from the start, in my personal opinion. So, it was a really good battle, though. Really well done. the play off like how they both have the same, middle, I like that. The wordplay in this battle is like one of the best wordplay, like some of the best wordplay I've ever seen in ERB. So I love it for that. And I'm a big dad jokes kind of guy, so I love wordplay in rap battles. So I'm gonna put this in top of A tier. Top of A tier. It's almost S tier. I would say it's almost S tier. Um, Deadpool, Boba Fett. I don't like this battle. I really don't like it. I feel like the problem with this battle is that they didn't really go in. Like Deadpool's, I feel like they wasted opportunity with Deadpool in this battle. In my personal opinion, I loved it when I first watched it, but when I watched it over and over again, I feel like this battle is just so one-sided. It's not even funny. Like it's probably the most one-sided battle I've ever seen in ERB for weird reasons. And I feel like it's obvious why, because there's not much details on Boba Fett's character before this point. There is some stuff in the comics that they didn't really mention, but I feel like there's not enough details. I feel like this battle would have been better to hold off or just not do, just because I feel like it's too one-sided and that makes it not as interesting. It's still a very good battle, so I'm not going to put it like down here anywhere. So it's still like probably high C tier. But it's just not great because I feel like it's too, not enough information was on one side, and it feels like it's just one side as hell. My personal opinion, again. Man, we have so many more to go. Next up, what is it? We have obviously Stanley versus the puppet guy. I can't remember his name. Sorry, I'm forgetting a lot of names. It doesn't even matter because this one here is pretty good. Rest in peace, Stanley. And I think the other guy has also passed away, so rest in peace that guy as well. I'm not a big fan of Muppets, to be honest with you. Not at all. I've watched like one movie, but I'm a huge fan of Marvel and like comic books in general. So Stanley was going to win this battle for me either way, and I really love this battle because it's like at the end they pair up sort of, and then they get attacked by like Disney, which I think is funny. So I'm gonna put it in probably B tier, probably about here. I think it's really good. It's definitely above average, and it's definitely not as bad as a lot of these ones. So it's like here. The way I like to do it is like this one here is the one. If I had to watch any ERB, I'd watch this one, and then I wouldn't watch this one, and it goes like that down the list. So that's how I'm doing it. This one here, I don't really remember reacting to this one. I know I did. It was Julius Caesar versus the African like warlord guy. I didn't like it. I remember that much. There's a few good lines in there. I just feel like it's like not like as good as ERB can be, in my personal opinion. So I didn't really like it that much. It was still pretty good. It's definitely better than this. So I'm gonna put it in D tier, but above this one because this one should probably be. Actually, I'm gonna put it in F tier. I thought that should be an F tier. Yeah, probably be an F tier. Sorry, because I just don't want to watch this rap battle. When I look at it, I don't want to watch it. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad. It's not F tier, but the way that I see it is that I don't want to watch it. And F tier is like should be. Wait a minute. Don't want to watch again. That's what it's gonna be called. Okay. So F tier is don't want to watch again. Okay. It's not F tier anymore. It's don't want to watch again. So that's why it's in there. It's in there. It means that I never want to watch it again in my entire life. And that's the only one that'll be in this one probably. Now, next one we have Western philosophers versus Eastern philosophers, right? I think that's right. And I love this battle. I think it's really well done. I think it's one of the best 3v3 like group battles in the entire VRB. So I'm gonna put this one pretty high. Probably just behind Jefferson and Frederick Douglass. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it probably here. They're pretty close, but I think it's just a little bit better because the way it's done. Terminator versus RoboCop. I didn't really like this one. I feel like it was because it's like one of that older ones. I feel like it wasn't as good. It wasn't as well written. The style wasn't as great. I just don't really enjoy it. A lot of the older ones can be good. I just don't think it's one of their stronger ones. So I'm gonna put it probably pretty low on the list. Maybe in C tier. Definitely not D tier. So low C tier. Low C tier. Now we have, it's the Battle of the Magicians, pretty much. You know, it's David Copperfield or whatever his name is, and that stuff. I didn't really like this one either, to be honest with you. Again, it's one of the more forgettable ones, so I'm gonna put this one probably in D tier above the Chicago one, but still D tier because it's one that I don't want to watch again. I just don't really enjoy it that much. I would watch it over this, obviously, but I wouldn't watch it over any of these. Anyway, next up is Thanos versus um, the father of the nuclear bomb, right? The of the atom bomb, whatever, right? This one here, one of my favorites personally. I think it has some really cringy lines like Fortnite and Thanos Copter. Okay, obviously cringy lines. But if I had to choose one of my favorite rap battles in ERB history, it would be this one, and it would go probably in the A tier. But where in the A tier? Is it better than this one? No. Is it better than Wayne Gretzky? No. Is it better than Harry Potter? Yes. It's better than Harry Potter. It's here. I like this one. You might not agree with that, but I really like it, especially the way they voice the guy, not Thanos, the father of the atom bomb. His voice is just so good. Like it's like raspy, kind of like on a radio sort of, and he's like very like depressed because that's kind of how he was in real life, and I really enjoy that. Next up is what is this one? I know it's like was the guy in Clark, and then there's like the guys from Bill and Ted. I kind of don't really like this one. I think it's one of the weaker ones. Again, one of the weaker ones, and I'm probably gonna put it in D tier. I can't remember why I didn't like this one. I think it was just because it was just not that good. It was like it feels like it's not that good. It's personally gonna watch it. I think I watched one twice, and I didn't like it either time. So I'm gonna put it in D tier. Above these two, but still D tier. Now we have Steven Spielberg and Alfred Hitchcock. This one here is really well done. I like the structure of it. It's one of those ones where it's like five people come in, and it's like, the different directors. You've got like, what's his name? The guy that nobody likes because he makes like really cheap movies, and you've got like the guy that made The Shining and stuff like that. Really, really good movies. Really good directors. This one was a really good battle. I think it's probably one of the high tier ones. Where would I put it? Probably B tier, just above Stanley and that, because I really, really do like it. Next up is Oprah versus Ellen. Now, this one here, I liked at first, but after the whole Ellen scandal, I like it even more, because it's just funny to watch after that whole Ellen thing came out and stuff like that, because you realize she's not as nice a person as she is on TV. But now, when Ellen and Oprah, I'm going to put this probably C tier, probably just above Deadpool. It's good, but it's not great. Next up is Jack the Ripper versus Hannibal Lecter. I'm going to put this one probably pretty. I like this one. I think Dan Bull's really good in this one. His voice is nice. His English accent really fits the character. And Hannibal Lecter, played by Epic Lloyd, I think, is just really scary, kind of, and I like that a lot. I think it plays really well. So I'm gonna put this one really high. I'm gonna say probably B tier somewhere, and I'm gonna put it just above this one. I think it's mid B tier, Now, this one here, the first Lego one, I'm pretty sure they ever did, and I really, really like this one. It's probably just a little bit worse than the Harry Potter Luke one, so I'm going to put this one in A tier, just behind it, because both Lego ones just amazing. Love them. Now, Romeo and Juliet versus Bonnie and Clyde. I reacted to some with my fiance, and we both liked it a decent amount. We didn't really like the verses from Romeo and Juliet. This didn't sound really good. It was kind of annoying to listen to. That's why it's not as high on the list as I think it should be. It could have been. I'm gonna put it in. I'm sorry, Baz, but I have to put it in D tier, but behind this one because it's just I don't like it. I personally don't like it. Now, MythBusters versus Ghostbusters. Now, I didn't like this one. I'll be honest with you, I didn't really like it that much. I liked it a little bit, not that much. I think the problem that I had with this one was that they brought in the B team for MythBusters, and I didn't really like the B team that much. I'll be honest with you, when I watched MythBusters. They were like the weaker part of the show. The only one I really liked out of the B team was Grant. Rest in peace, because I think he passed away from a brain tumor or something, which is very sad. He was the best part of the B team in Mythbusters, but the Mythbusters verse in this was like kind of whack. Um, so I didn't really like it for that reason, and I feel like it was a little bit one-sided on the side of the Ghostbusters. But whatever. I like this one a little bit, but not enough to put it high on the list. So I'd have to put it in C tier somewhere, probably here. That's where I feel like it belongs. Okay. Next up, we have the Artist versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay. This one is just funny. It's got Smosh in it. It's got Red Link in it. It's hilarious. I love it. It's just funny. The constant dick jokes and stuff like that. It's good. It's good. It's a good time. It's not like they're most well written. It's not the best structured, but it's funny and I enjoy it for that reason. It's just a laugh, and it's going in B tier, just above this one. I love it. Okay. Next up, we have George Washington versus what's his name again? Sorry, there's so much information for these ERBs to remember. I think his name's like. Okay, I'm gonna look it up and I'll let you guys know. Just wait a minute. William Wallace. Okay, William Wallace. Okay, but William Wallace. I don't really think I enjoyed this one. I think it was pretty good. But the problem I had with this one, I think, was that the accents were very thick on both characters, especially the William Wallace character, and it was hard to the way that it was structured didn't really go well with the accents, in my personal opinion, and I didn't really like that, in my personal opinion again. So I'm gonna put it low, but not too low, because again, it's not their worst. It's not as bad as any of these, so it's probably gonna go above Robocop in C tier. So next up is Bill Nye versus Isaac Newton, played by Weird Al Yankovic, and I love this one so much. I can't believe they got Weird Al in an ERB, and that's so fucking good. I love it. So I'm definitely gonna have to put this one high on my list just because I love the Weird Al being in it, and I love his verses. That is so well done. I like it, so it's good to go high, and I'm probably gonna put it here in B tier, just above, just there. Love it so much. Isaac Newton versus Bill Nye. Great rap battle. Now we have It versus Joker. Now, I love this one as well, and I just love the references in this one, like, because there's so many comic book references, there's lots of It references to the books, and stuff like that. I feel like this one is one of the most heavy ERBs on references to the source material that I've ever watched, and I love it for that. It is so well researched, well written, the verses are really good, they really did well with Pennywise. Pennywise's character and his verses, very creepy, played by Lloyd, I believe. Very creepy voice, very creepy, and I think that's really well done and it's really well structured because of that. So I think in this one, I said Joker one, I'm pretty sure in my reaction, but after watching it a few times, I think Pennywise clearly wins this battle for obvious reasons because a lot of bars that I missed when I watched it. But Joker still did really well. The voice was really well done, and I like it. So it's going to go really high, and I'm probably going to put this one in S tier. It's probably S tier. It could be A tier, high A tier, but I'm going to put an S tier just because I like it so much. Okay, next is Stephen King versus Edgar Allan Poe. Now, this one here was pretty alright. I think it was probably one of the weaker Zach Sherwin verses in this. I think Watsky did really well as Edgar Allan Poe, but I think that's the way it was written for Stephen King's character. It wasn't as good as it could have been. They went too far into the fast rap with, because that's where, Zach Sherwin's really good at, but I didn't really like it in this one. For some reason, I don't know why. So it's not going to be as high as any of these ones. Definitely higher than any of the C tier. So I think it's got to be somewhere in B tier. Just here, I think. B tier, low B tier. Personal opinion. Now, Superman versus Goku. Okay, this one here is one of the shorter BRBs. I think it was, one of the earlier ones, but I really like this one. I think it's really close. My personal opinion is that Goku wins this one, personally. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But it's also interesting because, the whole feud of who would win in a fight, Goku or Superman, and, the people talk about it all the time, even though it's pretty clear he would win, because it depends on what character. Superman's just been so overpowered for such a long time because he has so many versions of the character. There's versions where Goku wins, and there's versions where Superman just slaps him because he's super overpowered. Anyway, so yeah, I think it's interesting to have a rap battle about that, and I really like it. And I think Goku wins the rap battle, but I don't think he wins the fight. Anyway, what I think this rap battle should go, I think it's well structured, even though it's short. I think the verses are good. I think it's wrapped well, so I'm gonna put it pretty high here. I'm probably gonna put it in B tier, somewhere around here. B tier, really good, really solid. Now you have Walter White versus Rick Grimes. Carl. Where does this one go? I don't think it's that good. I think it's fine. It's definitely a quality rap battle, but it's not as good as ERB can be. Like the top half of ERB here, these are all fantastic rap battles. This one just doesn't feel like it belongs there to me personally. So I'm gonna put it in C, high C, probably about here. It's probably one of the better C level rap battles. Now, again, we have another Donald Trump one. This is one of their earlier rap battles, so it's not as high quality. It's Ebenezer Scrooge versus Donald Trump. Where do I think this one should be? I don't really know. I like the structure of it because, like, same as the story of Ebenezer Scrooge, where there's like 3 different spirits or whatever, and it's very interesting in that respect. But I just don't think it's as good as they can be, and I think it's one of their weaker ERBs. So I'm gonna put it probably above RoboCop because I really don't like this one that much. I actually might move this one to the top of D tier because I feel like it's so much weaker than any of these, in my personal opinion. Now we get into the real meat and potatoes of this, right? One of my favorite ones, and I don't think it's as popular as it should be, right? It's just so good. Muhammad Ali versus Michael Jordan, right? And it's got Key and Peele playing the characters. Come on, you can't complain about that, right? It's literally got these guys here like work together for a long time. They're really funny. I like the chemistry between them, and it really shows in this rap battle. Muhammad Ali versus Michael Jordan. It's just great. I can't remember who I said won in the reaction. I think I said Michael Jordan wins, but it's pretty close and it's hard to decide this one. But I really like this one, and I'm gonna put it in B tier. I feel like it's an unpopular opinion. I think it gets as much love as it should get. That's my honest opinion. Now, Picasso versus Bob Ross. Okay. There's an obvious answer here. It's a great battle. It's great. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable. I love the voice that they put on for Bob Ross's character. I love the voice that they put on for Picasso's character. I love the wordplay. There is one verse in the middle where Picasso raps his name, and it's not really that interesting. But it's really decent. It's really solid, and I'm gonna put it in B, probably about here. I like it. But it's not like the best one, but it's still pretty good. Anyway, next up we have. Okay, I don't like this one. Miley Cyrus versus Joan of Arc. I don't like it. I think the battle is weird. It doesn't make much sense. I get the point of it. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't like it. It's probably going to go in the bottom of D tier. Actually, I'm gonna put it in here. Don't want to watch again. I don't think it's one of their worst. I think it's probably one of their better ones, like in like the early days of the channel. But I just don't like it. I just don't want to watch it. I don't like the way it's structured. I don't like the audio. I don't like the singing, like the voices. I don't really like the bars that much. It's not really that great. I feel like I've seen this one high on other tier lists. But I just don't want to watch it. It's my personal opinion. So this list is here is I don't want to watch it. So that's where it is. Next we have Blackbeard versus Al Capone. This is an interesting one. I like the Assassin's Creed references in this. Like they have the Assassin's Creed guy come in at the end and stuff like that. It's very interesting. It's a interesting battle. The voices are really well done. The bars are really good. And I like this one. So it's probably going to go pretty high. In B tier probably. I'm going to put it just behind this one. Right here. Okay, cool. Next up is the Darth Vader versus Adolf 3, the third one. The first one was the best one, the second one was the weakest one, and the third one was the second best one. So I'm going to put this one in probably B tier. If it will move. Will it move or is it frozen again? Okay, we're back. It did freeze again. Okay, so yeah, Adolf versus Vader. This is definitely B tier. and I'm gonna put it in probably about here. I think in B tier is where it should go, around here in B tier. Now the second one will probably be lower because I don't really like the second one, but the first one will be higher. So and then we have the Russians. You know, you have what is it? Is it Vladimir? No, I can't remember their names. It's like it goes through all the Russian Tsars and stuff like that. This one here, it's kind of forgettable. It's interesting. I think it's really well done. The wordplay is good and stuff like that. I didn't get much of the references the first time I watched them because I don't really know that much about Russian history, but it's definitely a decent one. I just didn't really enjoy it that much personally, so I'd probably go somewhere in C tier, even though it's probably one of the better written ones, just because I personally don't enjoy it that much. So I'm gonna put it at the top of C tier. I feel like I have a lot of dislikes on this video because my opinions are very different than a lot of other opinions that I've seen on these. But, you know, that's the point of an opinion, you know what I mean? Now you have Vlad the Impaler versus Dracula. This is interesting because, you know, obviously Dracula is loosely based off of Vlad the Impaler. So it's very interesting. But I don't like this one. I think it's weird. I watched it like 5 times when it first came out and I just couldn't get a feel for it personally. I just didn't like the way that it was like played and the way that it was like presented wasn't great. I think it's not on ERB. I think it's just more on me not enjoying it. But I think it's probably one of their weaker installments in the recent history. So I'm gonna put it in C tier somewhere, maybe at the lower end of C tier, probably bad here in C tier. I just don't like it. Now next we have is this Mozart versus Skrillex. Now this one was kind of funny when I watched first time. Like it has some really weird jokes and really funny jokes. And now it's when it came out, it was probably one of their better ones. It's definitely not as good as the ones that come out now, but I still really like this one. It has a close place in my heart, just because it's so funny and weird. So Skrillex versus Mozart will have to go in C tier somewhere. No, actually no, B tier, bottom B tier. I think that's where it belongs. Now we have this one. Now I like this one. Okay, this is funny. It's what's his name? Lance Armstrong versus the baseball player. What's his name? Can't remember. But you know the one that's like the one people know, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth. This was funny. I like this one. Babe Ruth versus was so funny. The lines were really well done. Lance Armstrong was pretty good too, but I think this Babe Ruth just destroyed him in this battle. But it was like justified destruction, and I think it was really funny. It's like a battle between the worst of two evils, kind of, because like he was saying he was fat and he wasn't like very athletic and stuff like that, and then he's like, yeah, but he didn't have to do drugs to win. And it's like that's funny. I like that kind of structure of this rap battle, and I love it for that reason. And I'm probably gonna put it in B tier, and probably up here, around here, probably in B tier, above these ones because it's just so good. Even though it's one of their old ones, I really like it. Now next we have Tesla versus Edison, I believe, and this is like the the fight between the vendors of electricity. You know what I mean? Like one was direct and one was indirect currents or whatever. I really like this one. Tesla's verses were really good. Edison's verses were really good. I love the flow of Edison. It's just the way he raps was really nice, and the beat was really good. So I like this one, even though it's one of the early ones. I think it's one of the better ones, and I'm gonna have to put this one in A tier. Might be an unpopular opinion, but I think it's A tier. I think it's one of the better ones. I just like it. Now we have I think it's Martin Luther King Jr. and the Dalai Lama. Is it no? It's Gandhi. Gandhi. Sorry, Gandhi. Uh, this one here was really short. I think it's like a minute and 40 seconds, but I think it's funny, like the way that like Gandhi just destroys him at the end, the last line, right? Because I don't give a fuck. I love that. It's so fucking funny. Even if it's one of the shorter ones, one of the older ones. Again, it's the same guys from the this one. It's the same actors or same people playing the characters, and the chemistry is so obvious in the battle that I love it so much. And I think I'm gonna put it again in B tier, probably right next to this one. No, here, put it here. It's great. Even not short, I love it. Next up is Adam and Eve. I don't like this one. I think it's just too cliche, and the bars are too obvious, and it's not like that funny to watch. It's still pretty good, and I think it's Jenna Marbles and Lloyd do a very good job of playing the characters in the rap battle. But I personally don't enjoy it. I think I reacted to this one in my Gotham end as well. and we had some jokes about it. It was entertaining to make a reaction with her because obviously we kind of enjoyed it a little bit more because we're in a relationship and it's kind of funny to listen to it. But it's not that great, and I think it's probably one of their weaker ones, and I'm probably going to put it just above here in C tier. It's good, but it's not great. It's average. Next up is Santa versus Snoop Dogg. Oh wait, no, Moses. Sorry. Can't believe they got Snoop Dogg in a rap battle. That's pretty funny. I love that, dude. It's so cool. Santa wins this battle clearly for me, and I think it's funny. The weird jokes from Snoop Dogg's side that are obvious and pretty funny, pretty cool. It's again an older one, still pretty decent. I think it's definitely somewhere in C tier, and I'm probably gonna put it here in C tier. I think it's average. It's pretty decent. Snoop Dogg is the only reason it's not lower because I like Snoop Dogg, but I don't think it could be higher. I'd rather watch any of these over it. If that makes sense. Now, Batman versus Sherlock Holmes. This one here, I'm torn on it. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of great. It's kind of bad. It's somewhere in the middle there. I don't really know. Who do I think is better in this rap battle? I think Batman loses clearly to Sherlock Holmes. And I like the structure of like the whole Sherlock Holmes talking to himself in his head thing. I think that's cool. But I don't think it's enough to save this one from being on the lower end here. I think it's probably at the higher end of C tier. Maybe about there. It could be below B tier on a good day, but I feel like it's not that high for me today. Now we have Clint Eastwood versus Bruce Lee. So my recording cut out again. So yeah, I was saying Bruce Lee versus Clint Eastwood. I like this one. I think it was really good. I think it was one-sided towards Clint Eastwood a little bit, in my personal opinion, but I think it was still pretty good. The visuals were pretty good for an older ERB. So this one here, personally, I think is probably B tier, low B tier. I think it's pretty decent. Now, we're getting into the final like few of the older ones now. There is some new ones in here, I think, but I think it's mostly older ones, except for this one, and this one, and that one. So I'm gonna like speed round these, okay, for a little bit. So speed round, Doc versus Doctor Who, B tier. Then you got Obama versus Mitt Romney, B tier, probably about here. You got okay, now I do want to talk about actually don't know what it's Mother Teresa versus the guy that talked about sex a lot. Okay, this one here I think is great. I think it's really good. First time I watched it, I didn't like it. First two times I watched it, actually I didn't really like it. Then I came back to it a month later, and I loved it. I don't know why. I just had more appreciation for it. I listened to it, actually broke down the lines. It's actually Sigmund Freud, right? Sigmund Freud. I think it's the same. Whatever. But I really like this one. I think it's solid, and it's much better than I thought it was. And I'm probably gonna have to put this one A tier. A tier. I don't know why. I didn't like it at first, but I love it now. Now, but actually, now that I think about it, this should probably go on S tier. No. We can keep it in A tier for now, but I'll think about it later. Now, next up we have what's his name? Well, I know this guy's name. He's the lead singer of what is it? Whatever it is, the one that's saying thing. Frank Sinatra versus what's his name? Anyway, this one here, I don't like it. Again, it's forgettable. I think it's better if you listen to it. I haven't listened to it recently, but it's just one of those ones that's kind of forgettable, and I don't really enjoy it. But you might enjoy it, so if your opinion is over that's higher, you can do that. But I'm gonna put it in C tier, probably about here actually C tier. It's just it's forgettable. You know what I mean? Like this isn't a tier list of quality. It's what I would listen to, and it's just down here somewhere. So next up we have Mac versus Apple. Obviously it's Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates, but Apple versus Mac. I'm a Mac guy. I'm a Windows guy, not a Mac guy. So some favoritism possibly. I think Bill Gates clearly wins this rap battle in my personal opinion, but it's pretty good. I think it's one of their more iconic ones. People know this one really well, and I like it. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Actually, no, low A tier, I think, because it's just really good and it's iconic for ERB. Now we have Cleopatra versus Marilyn Monroe. Now, this one here is one of the most savage battles that they have on ERB. Just the way that they go at each other and the constant insults about their, female parts is funny. I like it. It's savage, and I love that. So this one's going to go in B tier, probably about here. It's just really good. Even though it's short, I really, really like it. I feel there it is a bit favoritized towards one character because I think Cleopatra gets, Marilyn Monroe gets more verses, or maybe not. But it feels like it is. I don't think it actually is favoritized, but I think it is. It feels like it is a little bit. My personal opinion. Now, this one's MJ versus Elvis. Now, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion, but I really like this one. I think it's really well done. I think it's interesting. They start off as kid Michael Jackson. They go to adult Michael Jackson. They have like a lot of references to like him marrying his daughter or whatever, and that's funny. And I think it's really interesting. So this one's a really good battle. I'm gonna put it probably pretty high on here. A tier. A tier. Now we have another one involving Smosh, and it's or at least one half of Smosh, and it's Mario Brothers versus the Wright Brothers. Again, Rhett and Link come back for another battle. I really like this one as well. Again, it's a really solid one. It's got some older tones to it because it's an older rap battle, but it's still very, very solid. It's shorter, but the lines are really good. I like the structure of it. I like that they're obviously playing off of like they're both brothers and stuff like that, and they kind of like make a lot of references to like how Luigi's the lesser of the brothers and stuff like that. It's funny. I enjoy it. It's not like up here anywhere, but I think it's definitely B tier somewhere. I'm gonna put it bottom B tier for now. This should be higher, by the way. Probably right here. I really like this one, but yeah, this one here. I don't like it. I think it's boring to watch. Personally, I just didn't enjoy it. It's too slow and it's not enjoyable to watch for me personally. But you might enjoy it. I just don't like it. That's where it goes. Next we have Adolf versus Vader again, and it would be this one's number 2, so it goes lower. That one's in where the first one was here, right? I'm gonna put this on the bottom B tier. I think it's still B tier, but it's just lower than this one. Now we have Zeus versus Shakespeare. Now this one here is really good visually, but I feel like it's weaker because of the way that it's wrapped out, and the Zeus's verses are just weak. I love Watsky in this. Shakespeare's verses are great, but Zeus's verses are weak because he doesn't wrap them himself. He has like his characters to it. It's just weak for me, so it has to go in C tier and probably at the bottom of C tier. Now we have Dumbledore versus Gandalf, I think his name is, whatever. Not great. I don't like this one. I think it's weak. It's not as good. It's one of the better earlier ones, but when you compare it to the newer ones, it's just weak, and I'm going to put it in D tier. I just personally don't like it. Okay, so we're almost at the final 20 ones. The next up is Billy Mays and Benjamin Franklin. This one here was a really good battle. I feel like it had interesting parts to it. Had the switch at the end where it went from Billy Mays because he dies, rest in peace, to the ShamWow guy. You were saying wow every time he was part of that guy. I think that's funny, really interesting. And I really like this battle because of that. I think it's very solid for an LA battle, and it has to go in B tier, probably back here. I like it. Now we have the first ERB I'm pretty sure I ever reacted on my channel, the first one, and it's Steve Irwin versus Jock Custer, and I like this one. It's one of my favorites, just because maybe it's sentimental value because I watched it, the first ever reaction was this, but I really like it. It's solid. It's probably an A tier. I just like it. I think it's probably not worth that because it's like not the best one, but I would watch it again just because it's my first ever reaction and I have some sentimental value to it. Again, it's personal opinion, so you can be offended if you want. I don't care. Now we have Napoleon versus Napoleon. Now, this one here, I didn't like it when I first watched it when it first came out. I didn't really enjoy it, but watching it a few extra times, I think it's one of the funniest ones they have. It's just all that jokes, and it's enjoyable because of that. And I think it's definitely C tier, high C tier, no low B tier. I think it's just fun. It's just a fun battle. Now this one here is bad. It's just not funny. That shouldn't be a battle. It just doesn't make sense. I get the point of it. It's just not interesting or enjoyable. Now you have Einstein versus Stephen Hawking. I like this one because it's got the whole robotic and like the verse where it's like saying it is blah 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 million particles in the universe. That's like one of my favorite parts of any RB ever, and it's like so iconic and I like it. So I'm gonna put this one probably pretty high on C tier. I know, let's put a B tier, below B tier. I think it's good. It's really solid, and I like it. But I don't think it's any better than any of these. Now, the last few are, besides these two, these are like the last two I want to talk about, and this one. So but these last three are the only ones I really want to talk about. The rest of them are like take it or leave it. So this one here will go in here. I don't like it. This one here will go about probably here in the C tier. This one, I don't like it. It's going in. It's going in. I don't. I don't want to watch it again. Where to go? I don't watch it again. But it's probably the better of all these. This one here will go into C tier. The first one, which is the best one, will go up top. I love it. It's S tier. This one here is one of the best ones. I like it a lot. Now, I've only watched this one once, and I don't really remember it, so it's going to go into bottom of C tier, but I don't think it's quite D tier. Now, this is the first one between them two. This is not as good as the second one, so it'll probably go into the bottom of C tier. Actually, no, I'll put it, yes, bottom of C tier. This one here, again, I don't like this one. I've watched this one a few times. I just don't like it. It's going in the bottom of C tier. This one I really do like, actually, and it's going in B tier. Now, these last three I want to talk about. Burger King versus McDonald's, right? Oh, well, you know, this guy, the creepy-ass clown. I really like this one. Again, it's solid because it's one of the newer ones. It's going to be pretty good. I just think it's not one of the best new works, and I feel like it's very watered down for some reason. But I think it's still pretty good, and I'm going to put it in B tier. It'll probably be about here, in B tier. It's just not as good as any of these ones up here. Now, Che Guevara, I like this one. Che Guevara versus the Anonymous guy, I like it. And it's probably going to go in A tier. I just like this one a lot. I watched it a few times, a bunch of times. It is a little one-sided, but I still love it. And it's just one of those ones that I have a lot of sentimental value for. And it's going in A tier because of that. Now, this one here, again, I didn't like this one. First time I watched it, I didn't like it. I don't know why I didn't like it, but I watched it a few months later again, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I love it ever since. And it's one of my favorites since then. I don't know why I didn't like it at first, but it's grown on me. I love it. So it's going to go A tier. Probably about here, A tier actually. There, A tier. I love it. Okay, now that's my rankings. Here is a picture of it. That's my rankings. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below. I feel like I get a lot of hate on this, but you get a lot of hate on these tier lists anyway, so whatever. This is my tier list. This is what I think. Personal opinion. It's just, you know, I'd watch this one, and then I'd watch this one. If I had to watch them in order, I'd watch them in this order. This is the order that I'd watch them in if I had to watch them right now. So yeah, this is the order that they'll stay in, and this is my order. You guys let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Link your own tier list if you want, and I'll take a look at them. But this is mine. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if it's longer. I haven't checked the recording, but it's probably pretty long. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is probably going to be my 300 subscriber special video. So thank you guys for 300 subscribers because that's when I'll upload this video. So yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for checking out this video. Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you, and I hope you enjoyed my probably pretty decisive tier list. See you guys in the next video.